Okay, in this video, we are going to organize all of our drawings and sheets into one digital filing cabinet using the Sheet Set Manager in CAD. Oh, and actually, since we are dealing with grading this semester, this was a project I designed, and you can see the crown in the middle of the road so that the water sheds off on either direction. And that's the way nearly all roads are built, unless they shed it all off in one direction just due to the terrain. Sidewalks do that as well. They're of course not crowned. Okay, let's open up Civil. Okay, and we are going to go to New, and we are going to create a sheet set. Okay, now check this radio button to use existing drawings. All right, and then next. Now, please follow this naming convention. We're going to call it TTU Credit Union, and then please put your last or your initials there. Okay, under sheet set properties, we're going to call this project name. Just the same thing, just TTU Credit Union. Should have copied and pasted that. LP. Okay, project phase, we're going to call this construction documentation. That's what CDs stand for, or CD. And then for the project milestone, we're going to say 90%. So the way you deliver CDs to your client and go over them internally is first you start off with a set and you call it 40% complete. You do another set at 60, 80, 90, and then 100% and you're sealed. Okay, so you can see the kind of time that goes into these sets. Okay, they just need to be right. All right, we'll leave the description alone. Let's go to next. All right, now import options, just leave all of this the way we have it here. Okay, and now we're going to browse, and you need to go to your construction 2 folder, credit union, CAD. Just select, just highlight that O2-CAD, click OK. All right, and then all of your drawings, and you may not have some of these like details because we're going to do those together, but you should have your drawings and then also all of the layouts. Okay, now choose next. Okay, and then just choose finish. Okay, now CAD has saved a small drawing in our project folder. It's a .dst file. Okay, and now you can open up a sheet set here when you first open CAD, and you'll have access to all of these drawings. Okay, and it's a very good way to help keep everything consistent. And then of course you can export them all as PDFs at once. You don't have to do them one at a time. All right, so let's start with the grading plan. I just want to go over a few things with you. Okay, so we have our grading plan open, and a couple of things I need to go over with you as a class in general. There's some issues with XREFing, and I want to go over those first, but before I do that, anytime you see a little lock here, all that means is the drawing is open. And of course, it's currently open by you, and that forbids anybody else in your firm because you're all going to be working off one central server, and it just tells other people, hey, somebody's working on this drawing. And a lot of times it will, sorry about that, it'll tell you who has it open. Okay, so if you look down at the bottom there, currently open by, and that's my username. All right, so you can call them up on on the phone and just say, hey, I need to use this file, or can we get together on it? All right, so if you're having trouble with your XREFs, here is what I'm seeing is the issue most of the time. Okay, anytime you open up your layer manager, just go to all non-XREFs, okay? And again, you should only have about 15, 20 layers. Okay, so what's happening a lot is students are having this last viewport selected, and then they make a new layer, and you can just click Alt-N. Now see what happens? It inherits all of these properties from the layer you had selected, and this is the last layer you want to inherit properties from, because this is a no plot, and also this line weight is not visible. Okay, so even if you turn the plotting on, you're still gonna have problems. Okay, so let me just delete this guy. So all you need to do is just find a normal layer, like this T block is fine. Okay, nothing major there. I'm gonna do Alt N, and I'm gonna call this X dash base dash land. Okay. Oops, already got that guy. Okay, so we don't need that, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me close that. And then that's the point I was, oh my God, CAD, I get it. Okay, and so that's the point I was trying to get to, is that you have to create a layer without any strange properties. Double click on the status to make that active, and then XREF your base in, okay? And you're gonna be good to go. Okay, one other thing I would like to go over are viewports. Now you have to have 2 viewports for every drawing, okay? And I'll explain why this is in a minute. Okay, so this is gonna be the template that we are going to use for all of our other layouts. Okay, so let's get this one spot on. First, let's see what's going on with our line weights and styles, because I can't see any dashes. And so to do that, you type LT scale, and it's probably going to say 20 because that's the scale of the viewport. Make that a 1, and then boom, all your dashes are in. Now I took the roof line off because I felt it distracted from the grading plan. Okay, the other thing is we have a very, very tight fit here, okay, with the scale. So we need to make this viewport come all the way down to this internal border. Okay, it's on there, and it's on up here. Okay, now let's double click in this guy. Make sure you're unlocked in a 20 scale, and then move this over to the corner and up about as high as you can get it. Okay, it is snug. Okay, so let's finish our grading plan. Let me close these guys out just to avoid confusion. Okay, so every plan needs a legend, and it needs general notes that we provide the contractor with in kind of a, what do they say, CMY or CMA? It's just, you just got to cover your bases, and so you just list down things that they absolutely have to follow. All right, and remember, these construction documents literally become part of a contract that is signed by all parties. It's reviewed by lawyers when it's big enough. So we really gotta make sure that we cover our bases. Okay, so we're doing our grading plan here, all right? And so what I'm gonna do is first, give me 1 second, okay. So what we're gonna need to do is get our grading schedule, okay? Now we didn't add a lot here that I wish we had time for, but but we will in our next project. I just want to get you guys used to putting together an entire sheet set, because that alone is pretty impressive. Okay, so to get your grading schedule, you're going to come up here to ref notes. You're going to go down to civil and survey. Okay, and all of this looks good. Okay, and we're going to place this. All right. Wait a second. Sorry, I was going to place a slope. What I want to do is hit schedule. Okay, so it's asking for that upper left corner. So I'm going to put this guy down here. Okay, and it's a really small schedule for us right now. In our next project, it's going to be quite large. Okay, and it comes in, this one didn't come in, yeah, no, it's a mess. Okay, so what we need to do is type X for explode, because this is a block. So it doesn't break everything up into 1,000 tiny pieces. It just disconnects all the objects from being stuck together in a block. So X, select it, boom. Now it's just a nice usable table. So let's just draw this out a bit more, okay? And now we're just gonna need to use our move tool, okay? And there's our BOC, okay? Drag that guy down. Make sure you're using your running snaps or polar or ortho. And I probably need to type F3, get my object snaps off. Okay, and this last guy is just this arrow. All right, now here's the other thing we're going to want to do is let's select, hold down shift, and let's select all of these guys, okay? And we're going to come up here to, gosh, could you make, we're going to go to annotate, and I just had this last time, it was super easy. Okay, maybe it doesn't want that top one. Let's just grab this, shift, there we go, shift, maybe something to do with titles. So instead of top left, we are gonna go to middle left, all right? And then let's see what we can do here. Shift, select this, let's tighten this up. There we go. Okay, oh geez. Okay, I'm gonna grab all of these guys at once. You're making me crazy. Okay, and I'm gonna move these guys up. All right, we're good. Do a Control S. I am gonna Alt Tab, go to my details folder, open up General Notes, do a C, Control A, Control C, Alt Tab, jump back to Civil. Now I am gonna go to Text Manager, and I'm gonna grab anything that's 12 points. Okay, that's 14, a little big. 18, way too big, there we go. Doesn't matter what it says here, we just need something that's a 12-point size. And just to always give you the reference, 12 points is the size of letters in a textbook. It's about 1/6 of an inch. Okay, so that's standard. You can go up and down from there, but that gives you a benchmark. M-text just means M for multi-line. That's all I ever use, okay? And then draw out a nice box. Do a Control V. Okay, now we got some funky font going on here. What in the heck? These are a lot of, oh, these are the general notes. God dang. Okay, sorry. All right, let's go Alt Tab, General Notes, Grade Notes. There we go. the general notes are going to go on our home page. So Control A, Control C, Alt Tab. Let's come back here. I'm still in my box. Control V. Okay, good. So we're good to go. Let's make these a little bit wider. Okay, and I'm gonna do a Control A and come up here. I don't know what's going on with Land Effects' font system, but I definitely want that to be Arial, not whatever that other thing was. Okay, now I gotta grab my legend and I gotta pull him down here. Okay, let's do a quick Control S, jump over to paper space, hop into our viewport. And where are we? Okay. So let's get this guy in here. Okay, and I'm gonna change this to, of course, 20 scale. Good, fits nicely. Okay. So remember, notes always on top of your legend. I'm gonna move this over just a bit. All right, and that's how, boom, you complete your sheet, okay? Now, same thing, planting plan. You can delete the columns for spacing and detail, and you'll get it to fit in there. You've got your planting notes in there, okay? Hard plan, same thing, you've got your notes in that downloaded folder. Now keep the detail in there because we are gonna have to, we're gonna draw about 6 details for another sheet, L501. I'll talk to you about that in a bit. But that's how you organize your sheets and keep everything consistent. Okay, that's it.